With the final event for Season 10 just around the corner, we are looking back on all the craziness that went down in Fortnite Season X. From the introduction of the Rift Beacons, to the construction of the rockets, from the return of an old friend, to the very end of our Fortnite island. We are going to be covering absolutely everything to do with the storyline for this season. So you guys do not want to miss this. Guys, this is the full Season 10 storyline in Fortnite so far. Alright guys, let's get into the video. Dusty Depot is changing, and it's happening right now. Players have noticed within inside this OG location, one of the warehouses is changing. It seems someone has ransacked this location and is starting to convert it into some kind of construction site. And it seems we might know exactly what is being built. Deep within the game's files right now is leaks of some kind of unknown Rift Beacon machine, and all the models and effects can be seen for yourself. It would seem this strange machine is going to be shooting some kind of light up into the sky and creating a rift, much like what we have here at Loot Lake. And we know this is 100% true because this machine is definitely called Rift Beacon. And we also know this thing is capable of creating a rift bubble. And we even know this at some point is going to make its way to Neo Tilted. The Rift Beacon has brought Tilted Town. This Wild West location has a distinct cowboy theme, in which saddles and carts can be seen littered in the streets, as well as these old run-down wooden sheriff-style buildings. Of course, this crazy location is no surprise to us. We've been talking about the arrival of this place for some time, with leaks revealing the actual map and of course all the buildings that we are now seeing. The Mega Mall has just received its very own Rift Beacon, which is powered up and soon to transform this location into some crazy time-twisted new location. These Rift Beacons seem to be entering the game pretty quickly and changing these areas pretty fast. Currently, all the information online has been hidden away by Epic, so we don't know what's about to happen. As this Rift Beacon is powered up, it would be a pretty good guess to suggest this is about to happen any day. Previous Rift Beacons had only been powered up for 1 to 2 days, which means it is possible that this Rift Beacon is about to go live any minute. Retail Road is an iconic location that has been brought back through time after the placement of a Rift Beacon in the center of the Mega Mall. This Retail Road is one of the oldest versions of Retail Road that we have seen, as it dates back even further than the introduction of the Pizza Pit and the Durr Burger that was once here. This is the oldest version of Retail Road, an OG location. But of course, it does have a twist. The rising of the zombie horde has found itself here at Retail Road. When players land at this location, they are often faced with these zombie-like creatures. It seems this is the next fun event for Season 10, and it is nice to see this old location come back. It would seem very little changes have been made to the interiors of the buildings, which is why leakers were unable to predict that this location was coming back, as the files were already in the game. It seems Epic just turns the clock back on this part of the map, so you're basically playing in an 8-month-old Retail Road. Now that really is turning back the clocks. A huge explosion has been caused by the malfunctioning Rift Beacon, leaving behind a giant glitched crater. A huge explosion has caused this massive crate at the what once was soccer field, and it's left behind, well, not very much. But what is left is glitched and constantly shifting into different time periods of our Fortnite world. We have been expecting some kind of dramatic change here at where the soccer field once was. We knew this place was going to be wiped, but we had no idea what would cause it, but that it would have something to do with this Rift Beacon. But all is clear now. the rift beacon malfunctioned, causing an enormous explosion, wiping the land clean. And we do know it was a malfunction and an explosion. When reading the gameplay section of the content update for the latest patch in Fortnite, we see the rift beacon malfunctioned, causing an explosion. Why did this rift beacon malfunction? And if these can explode, who knows what dramatic damage it could cause in the future? It's fair to say that more of these rift beacons are going to be coming into the game, as we are expecting a whole bunch of different locations to be coming. So if this is the devastation that can come from a rift beacon malfunctioning, what happens if we see another malfunction? What if we see an even bigger rift beacon malfunction? It could wipe out our entire Fortnite map. And by the way, that seems to be the direction this season is heading in. I'm just saying. We seem to be at the tipping point of some crazy event that is coming to Season 10, and it seems it has something to do with Kevin the Cube. The location of the Cube's rising is here at Fatal Fields. And most people by now know this is confirmed because of the addition of the rift beacon at this location, and of course the leaked loading screen revealing the return of our once lost terrifying friend. But of course this is old news. We want to know more about the event. We have seen brand new leaks online indicating to us that this floating island will actually be moving round our Fortnite map. The Cube has returned to Fortnite, and it is as exciting as you would think. The rift beacon that was at Fatal Fields has turned back time, uncovering this giant floating island, which was once at Loot Lake, and of course is powered by the underbelly of the Cube. Although this is a crazy exciting event in the game right now, there is still some cause for concern. We know officially that this floating cube island is moving after the patch notes that were released by Epic Games themselves, confirming that the floating island has returned and is slowly making its way around the map. If this cube island is going around the map, it's going to be stopping off at different destinations, just like it did back in Season 6. Players online have figured out exactly when this countdown is going to go live in our Fortnite game. But to figure it out, we have to look here at the rockets. We have seen leaks in the game's files suggesting that there is 6 pieces of this rocket to be built. 6 unique pieces to be stacked on top of each other until this rocket is finally constructed and ready to fulfill whatever mission it's on. Currently, 3 of these 6 pieces are in the game, and it seems like these have only come about in the last 3 days, which means in the next 3 days, this rocket is going to be fully constructed and ready to take off. With the latest update in Fortnite, we have discovered the craziest leaks yet for this season, and we now finally know what is going to be going down in this crazy, insane final event. We know through various leaks that this is going to be the end event for Season 10. Literally, the end is the title. And we also know that we, the players, are going to be responsible in some kind of interactive event, as we do see in the event description that we will have to join the fight to restore our timeline before it's too late. And we also know we're going to have to activate the beacon at precisely the moment this timer reaches nothing. The 0 point must be contained once more. If they are correct, it will be the end. But of course, what is the end? What does the end mean? And what has this got to do with the rocket launch event, as well as the 0 point, which by the way is the orb at Loot Lake? Well, leaker FT Leaks has revealed the major details of this final event. Will be 1 hour long and has 7 different events in one. He goes on to list the different events that we are expecting to see in this one final event. From the rocket launch, something to do with the Nexus, which is the Loot Lake bunker, the volcano disappearing, the meteor hitting the map, mass island destruction cinematic, a new map preview, and game restarts with you on the spawn island. These details are woven into the game's files, and this leaker has managed to unearth them, and we can now see in order how this event is going to play out. 1 hour of a final crazy event. If we are to look at these leaks, we're able to work out roughly what is going to happen in this event. The rocket will launch from Dusty Depot, presumably targeting the Nexus at Loot Lake, in which it will collide, presumably activating time, somehow removing the volcano from our Fortnite map, but more importantly, activating the frozen meteor as it hits the map. The impact of the meteor hitting our Fortnite island is going to bring mass island destruction in an in-game cinematic for everybody to watch, in which we will see our brand new Fortnite map. This is all the 7 events that we are expecting to see bundled up in this final event for Season 10. And all of this in 1 hour? That's gonna make for one crazy hour of Fortnite.